May the 15th, just a short little video. Weather pouring down again. I'll just take you a little tour and just show you what our garden's like with all this rain and the reasons why I make my raised beds and my borders higher due to this. Just show you now. It's 6:30 in the morning and I'm going down to feed the hens. Sorry about the shaking of the camera, but I use my iPhone for this, which I know is not really the thing. But if you can just see now, it's just starting. See, look at the flooding. I'll explain to you later the reason why it floods, or I think it floods anyway. One good thing, I won't have to water my plot today. They're well watered. The only thing I have to do later on is get in the greenhouse and water them. But I think we're getting fed up with this in our country now. After last year, after last summer. So that's the chickens out and fed. Back up for a nice hot cup of tea. Back inside, having a nice hot cup of tea. Right, the only thing I can think of, the reason why our garden's the way it is, because when I was a child, that garden was full of apple trees, pears trees, and others, but it was mostly fruit trees. And next doors was absolutely massive, full of pear trees, apple trees, bees, beehives. But over the years, the smaller houses, which were incidentally wooden bungalows, used to be here, we used to live in. We all moved over from Liverpool onto the Wirral, and we bought up a lot of the property, wooden bungalows and different things. But over time, them wooden bungalows were knocked down and houses built. And my uncle bought a wooden bungalow on this plot of land. Had it knocked down and had two semis built, where my dad, my mum, my uncle and his wife, my auntie, lived next door, and we lived next door to each other. That's why when you see in the videos, you see the two semis with the one big back garden, where incidentally my cousin Barbara still lives to this day next door. So them trees eventually got diseased apparently, and they had to have them removed. They took the trees down, and our garden just become a bit of a wilderness, nothing there, basically just full of weeds and left to overgrown because my dad and my uncle got a bit older and they couldn't look after it. So it was left for a bit until me and our Barbara moved into the respective houses and started doing something with it. With the help of our partners, Sue and Barry, we cleared the back and we made it what it is today, basically. But the other properties either side, they also, the houses, bungalows were knocked down, houses were built. Where next door to me was a bungalow which took up about 5 different plots, so you can imagine the size of the orchard there. All them trees have been taken down because now they've been divided up into about 5 plots, new houses built. People have knocked the trees down. They've built their land up. Our land's a little bit lower, so consequently, we get all the water coming into our garden. But the cost of building it up for me would be a bit too much now. The other thing was, at the very bottom of the gardens also used to be a ditch. It used to run from one end of the avenue to the other into the stream at the bottom, which was the Arrowbrook. But people, in ignorance maybe, or I don't know, for convenience, as people moved into these houses, new people, they filled the ditches in at the end because they didn't realise what it was for. So now the water doesn't get away from the gardens and stays in, and it's waterlogged. Well, mine is. Theirs, in some cases, isn't. The ones who are in their garden theirs are alright, but the gardens are that big, it's going to cost me too much to actually raise it up. But if you look at one of my other videos earlier on, you'll see titled Ducks to Water. You can see last year how bad it actually flooded, because I had 2 Dalesbury ducks and they used to swim around in the middle of the garden. You can imagine with the amount of rain we had last year. I think it was about September last year. You just have a look at the video, Ducks to Water. You'll see how bad it was for us. So this is just a little short video just to explain to you the reasons why I keep going on about using my raised beds, build my borders up, put my dahlias in them boxes, just so to keep them from the roots basically drowning, because I have planted a few trees in the past and they have actually they've died, wondering what it was, but obviously because of the excessive amount of water they've been around the roots, they've been waterlogged and they've caught something and died off. So anyway, that's the end of my little video for that. I've got to finish my breakfast and get off to work. Hope everybody has a good day anyway. Ta-ra now.